All right, here we go. Wait, did the director say action? He's dead? Oh well, I'm joking. There is no production value behind this whatsoever. This is a very low budget operation, as you can see. Budgetary cutbacks back at corporate, profit margins, the Dow Jones, stuff like profitability reports. No, could you imagine? That would be dope. Anyway, this next series of videos is meant to highlight, no, not highlight. What is this, Sports Center? No, does anybody even watch ESPN anymore? Or Sports Center? Whatever. I'm really digressing. This next series of videos is meant to detail my journey, as you can see in the title of the video, Journey. Not the band Journey, just a small town girl. No, none of that. We're not going to be talking about any of that. Living in a lonely world. All right, I'm done. Meant to detail my journey from being tubby to being Skeletor. You'll see what I mean. To being adequately in shape. Okay? So I was going to make like this into a whole like 30-minute video, but nobody wants to sit there for 30 minutes watching me talk. So you can do it on your own time and split it between parts. So if you like what you see on the first video, you mean like, oh, okay, I think I'll watch the next couple videos. So you don't have to, because it's a visual thing. When you look at a video and it says 30 minutes, you're like, I have to watch 30 minutes of this shit. But when it's split between 4 to 5 videos, individual videos, and they're like 5 minutes each, you're like, okay, that's manageable. I can watch that. Yeah. So that's pretty much, see, marketing strategy. I gotcha. So I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be detailing my journey from being tubby to Skeletor to being adequately in shape. Basically, my entire fitness journey from being a couch elephant to being what I am now is considered a fitness professional, whatever that means. So, and also why I mean detail instead of highlight. Highlight kind of makes it sound like, ooh, look what I did, like tooting my own horn and shit. That's not why I'm making this. I'm making this to not just show you that something like this is possible, but it's meant to explain to you all the mistakes that I've made along the way. I've made a lot of mistakes. Now you say, Mario, everybody makes mistakes. There are some mistakes that were far more egregious than one would say normal. So, all right, and all of these parts will be broken down into forms. Now, what do I mean by forms? Like Frieza from Dragon Ball had the like different forms. How many forms did he have? He had the base form, big head, so he had like 4 forms, kind of like me. So just like Frieza from Dragon Ball, this isn't my final form, Kakarot, stuff like that. I have multiple forms as well. So we are going to start with form number 1, Tubby Mario. Isn't he just so soft and cuddly? So that was me at around 2021. I'm 24 now, so that was, actually this was like when I was actually 19 or 20. That was me at around my prime, my prime fatness. This is what peak performance looks like, bro. I was around 270. 270 pounds, not kilos. God damn, bro. 270 pounds. In the back of my head, I always thought I would eventually lose the weight, but I always, in my head, I would be like, I'm going to put it off until like I'm 25, 26, 27. But to be honest, if I would have waited until then, I don't want to say too late, but it probably would have been a little bit too late. So, so it all started with, I can't believe this actually happened, but I ended up getting a girlfriend at the time. What? Crazy, right? How did that ugly fat piece of you-know-what get a girlfriend? It's crazy, right? It was a long-distance relationship, so shut up. It doesn't count, Mario. Yes, it does! So, I remember one day I was Skyping with her, and then she told, how guys do on Skype, flex, guns out, buns out. All right, no, not buns out. That's but yeah. She noticed that, oh, Mario, your biceps are getting smaller. I had no biceps at the time, but I thought I did because I'm a guy. And she said, oh, your biceps, your arms are getting smaller. I'm like, oh, and in my head, I'm just like, oh, that's a problem. Now, before, when nobody ever told me I was fat, so I never like took that into account. Nobody I cared about actually told me I was fat, and then I would take it into like account. because she was my girlfriend, I had to take her opinion like at face value. And immediately, what I did was, the first thing I did was I found resistance bands, like 15-pound resistance bands that we had left over. And what is the first thing I did? Bicep curls. That's literally the first thing guys do when they go into the gym for like the first time. Bro, biceps, abs, and traps. That's all you need. Fuck everything else. So yeah, so I ended up doing bicep curl, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Bro stuff, you know. And eventually that got too easy because, you know, I'm dope and I do dope shit. I went to the local sports shop and I bought a 100-pound weight set with obviously an easy curl bar for the biceps and about, 100 pounds of weight. The goal, though, wasn't to gain muscle in the beginning, though. The goal was to lose all the fat. So I started doing what anybody else does when they say, I want to lose weight, cardio. So my block has like not a perfect circumference, but almost a good circumference of about 1 mile. So I never had to like measure my runs or my jogs. I ran around the block once. Oh, that was a mile, you know? So whenever I would go jogging, notice how I say jogging and not running. For those people that say, I'm going to go running, bro, you are not running. At best, you were jogging with haste. You are not running. So I was jogging around it started with jog around the block once, then walk around the block. Then it went into jog around the block twice. Then it went to 3 times. And then at my peak, I was jogging around the block 9 times a day. So that was 9 miles per day. I was doing a little bit of weighted training, maybe some bicep curls, obviously, you know, and some overhead presses, just because that's another thing guys always do. Oh, I'm going to take this weight and press it over my head, you know. So here's a big mistake that I made along the way. I lost weight way too fast. Now you might say, oh, why is that a bad thing? You lost weight. You mean you're efficient? No. There's a point of diminishing returns when you're going too fast. So how was I losing it fast? Obviously, I was doing a lot of cardio. I was very active. Here's the kicker. I was eating at around 900 calories per day, 1,000 calories per day at the most. See, that's a problem. Now you might say, that kind of sounds like a lot. Not even close. See, my frame, just if I didn't do any weighted training and I didn't get fat or I didn't do any cardio, just my frame in general, if I was just like skinny fat, is around 185, 190. That's like my walk around weight, just as a normal human being. So that means I need to eat at least 2,000 calories a day just to maintain myself as a biological human being. That's not taking into account work and general activity and exercise outside of your body. You know, this is called the basal metabolic rate. So I was eating like around 1,000 calories less than I needed biologically. So what happened? My body ended up eating itself. So I lost, at my best, I lost about 15 pounds in 1 month. 15 to 20 pounds in 1 month. Now you might say, Mario, that's so good. Like I said, I went way too fast. Big mistake. Take it slow. This is not a race. Who are you racing against? Who? Is there a competition? Unless there's like a gun to your family's head and they're like, lose right now! It's like, wow, that'll give you motivation. But other than that, take it slow. Like, in my opinion, a good rate of weight loss or fat loss is 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. And that's if you just care about losing weight and fat. You don't care about gaining muscle. You don't care about performance, like getting stronger or anything. You just care about losing the weight and losing fat. 1.5 to 2 pounds per week. Yeah, per week, not per month, per week. So I was losing 15 to 20 per month. That's a lot. So I lost all the muscle I probably had a little bit of muscle, but I lost all that away because I was doing so much cardio. Obviously, I was losing a lot of fat, but this created, because it became like a game, like, you know, like a video game. I would step on the scale, and the number would be lower than last time. And in your head, it creates some kind of reward system, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna keep going. Go for gold, Jeffy. You know. So this led to my second form, which in my opinion was my most problematic form mentally and physically. Now, there are a lot of names for this form that I like. There's a couple names. There's Concentration Camp Mario. Very, very controversial name. There's Skeletor Mario. The only people who watch He-Man will get it. And then there's Emaciated Mario, which is technically the proper term for it. So I'm going to call it Emaciated Mario.